Buenos dias, todos. This is the last day of 420 week. No. Second to the last day of 420 week. And I was saying I was going to get some edibles, but I just like, man, I don't really want to, because I can make my own. And I like to have control of my own shit, my ingredients, especially how much weed I put in my stuff. So, and then Herb has a awesome cookbook full of a hella stunner food. And y'all can check that out for some way better food. Like for some way better recipes, you know. We don't have to go through that. I did it edible before. I made my own drinks. I would get a different drink. I think I'm still gonna get the drink and the CBD. Just not for 420 week. It's not the same, because I did that already. And we made our own, so you can make your own. Yeah, I was doing good. Whatever. Let's get to this. This business. I need to look so I can, whatever. You all know I got up on the lips. So I suggest you guys just check out Herb's site or get a book. I got their free book when it first started with the Stoner Cookbook, and they gave out free copies. And now they got another one, and I think it's named after a company, Herb. Pretty sure. It's really good as a book. I mean, it's got plenty of trash food in there for you. And it's like, really, you don't want to put a whole lot of weed in your health food anyway, because it's just going to make you, well, okay, this is what I said, food and weed. It's better for you to have control over it. So when all of you get legal, I suggest that you make your own food. Only reason I would suggest that you try anybody else's food is just to steal their ingredients and take it home. Like with fast food, people overdo it. With fast food, I believe, in my opinion, people way overdo it. It's not the point. It's not to live off that shit. I think it's just to have something when you're on the go and you have to eat that shit. Being that it's 2017, nobody has to eat trash. So you choose to eat trash. It's like, I don't know why anybody likes trash food, but people do. But if you do eat trash food, I would at least put like some weed in it, and then like at least weed to make you. I'm trying to say it makes sense. Weed to give you a reason to stop before you start. There we go. Weed to give you a reason to stop before you start. Because if you think about it, like when you drink too much liquor, You don't have to drink that much. When you start drinking, you're usually sober. That's what start means, right? So, same thing with weed, food. It's like there's some very bad consequences, like falling asleep, passing out, missing your work shift, or something like that. The only thing you're not going to miss is your funeral ever in life. With weed, you can miss anything but your funeral. Like, if you just happen to die that day from something other than weed, you're not going to miss your funeral. That's the only thing you're not going to miss. So if you overdose on weed, you're going to miss some shit. And the point is to enjoy the medicine, not to overdo it. So, like, when you're doing weed food, I'd suggest you just like they do on TV, I guess. They make those little bitty plates, and they probably put a drop of food on it. And it's for tasting, right? This is before they made stoner gourmet food. Now we have stoner gourmet restaurant, one that I love, caterer and shit, right? So if this is like what you do for breakfast, set it on the side and make that like your medicine. You wouldn't take a whole shitload of fucking pills unless you have to. If you have to increase the dosage, then I say have a fat brownie for lunch or something. But mostly, you want to like leave it to a small amount if it's pre-made and you didn't control the dose. If you control the dose, then you really don't. It don't really matter. You can make a big amount of food, a large amount of food, whatever you need, and you could control the dose of medicine in here. But if you get a large amount of food with a large amount of medicine, it's not going to go well. So there's really no point in me doing edibles for 4-day week to show y'all how it's going to affect me. I did that already. And we know how it affects me. It affects everybody differently. So, yeah, that's what I got to say about that. Get some keef, get some weed, get whatever you need to put in your shit. And just practice dialing it to your liking. Because then, look, you could get, like when I did this, the Chiba Chews. Let me give me another drink. When I did the Chiba Chews, I didn't feel it like that after like the second day. I'm pretty sure. The first day was CBDs, or was it the last day? I don't remember. But either way, the next day I didn't feel it like that. The third day, I didn't feel it at all. I felt it. I didn't feel it like that. It knocked it down a lot. And I think that was the strongest one. The last day I took the indica one. So, you start to get a tolerance too for a certain dosage, unless you need that much. You know, if you overshoot what you need, you might get to skip. Say you take a little bit of edible, a CBD or a THC in the morning, and you need another one by lunchtime. I'd say take another one. Edible. Like you can't smoke at work. Edible. Chop one in your mouth. And then when you get home, you can smoke and eat. Like one for lunch, one in traffic, if you know what you're doing, so that you don't trip the fuck out. In traffic, if you got road rage, because some people got road rage. I just smoke a blunt when I used to drive and smoke. And yeah, like I really think they need to get this shit in the hands of some professionals. Not necessarily the medical doctors we currently have, but I would think they'd be the first ones to get their hands on this for study and distribution because they have the most background in human anatomy, right? Unlike the patients, it's good that we can dose it ourselves right now, but I still think you need more than just me to help you dose it because I am just one person. Honestly, I can help people, but it's like I can't take on the weight of the world. Neither can marijuana. So don't think it's going to take on the weight of your pressure. Your world is going to just take like a whole lot of it off. But like you got to do something. It's like with anything. You got to do something. You got to at least get off your ass and push the button. Whatever button. And being that it's so different for everybody, I really think you just need to practice yourself right now until we get some professional weed people up in this bitch. Weed doctors, maybe? And, yeah. So that's that. It can be fun. It can be fun. The weed can be fun. It's fun all the time. But it's just like, so that was that. That's my speech on what you should do with your edibles and how. I was really debating on that for a long time too. Should I do it? Should I do it? But then it was kind of like, what's the point in me just eating and drinking edibles on the show if I can't share, right? So I'm like, well, what's the point? I need to do something with it other than just smoking and drinking in your face. That's just like rude to me. Like eating in somebody's face and smoking in somebody's face. I find that to be rude. If you can't share, this is the one medication in the world you can share and not really hurt anybody. Not get anybody hurt or in trouble. So when it's legal everywhere, nobody's going to get in trouble for it. It's like now in the legal states that are legal for rec and medical, that is, you can share your weed with non-medical patients and you can share your weed with your friends that are medical patients. So everybody can share the love. Everybody cool. Now, at first, it was like, oh, you got to be in this club to get this weed. And that's fine and dandy if you in that club. But if you're not in that club, it's kind of like, damn. And it's still kind of like that because the drivers, the people with the commercial driver's license, they're not able to get a medical card. And they're salty about it. So now that we have rec, still people don't know. I be forgetting people don't know this. I be thinking things that happen in TASHA world happen in the whole entire world. I think that all the time. I mean, I grew up thinking that. I to this day have to remind myself, no, that is not the case, right? Like, it is so hard for me to get that around my mind. And when I'm confronted with that truth, it's like shocking to me. I be shocked, like, what? What do you mean the rest of the world doesn't give a fuck? So when I do this and people give a fuck, it's like, yes, finally, somebody give a fuck about what I give a fuck about. And it's not just me. It's like some real passion behind this, what I give a fuck about, and I love it. My hand itching like a fool. Damn, shit, it's not hurt. I mean, not fun, hurt. So, fuck I was talking about? I know what I was saying, but I don't know what the point was. Because I'm distracted by these articles. Oh, man. Damn, I really want to know what I was saying. I should rewind myself and see what the fuck I just said. How smart of me. Let me turn it up. So don't think it's going to take on the weight of your pressure. Your world is going to just take like a whole lot of it off of you. Like, you got to do something. Sorry, you know, guys. It's like with anything. You got to do something. You got to at least get off your ass and push the button. I went too far back. I know. Whatever button. And being that it's so different for everybody, I really think you just need to practice yourself right now until we get to professional weed. Smoking and drinking in our face. It's just like rude to me. I was talking about edibles. I'm getting there. Like eating in somebody's face, and it's fine and dandy if you in that club, but if you're not in that club, it's kind of like, yeah. And it's still kind of like that because the drivers, the people with the commercial drivers. Oh, okay, that's what I was talking about. I remember now. Okay, I remember now. What I was saying was, I only did that because I forgot what I was saying. Unfortunately, it's already there. I only watch it just to make sure it don't freeze and just like so y'all can have a good experience with me. So if like something happened to the video feed, I'm gonna be just sitting here talking to myself. But yeah, okay, that's what I'm saying. Before I lose my thought again. The drivers, people that drive with their commercial driver's license, CODs. They couldn't get their medical card. And then I drifted off to thinking about this bus driver I had talked to. He was telling me he can't get a medical card and he can't smoke because his boss and his job might still be like, no. And then I was thinking to myself, well, what about when it go rec, right? All the jobs can still do it. But then I was thinking when it go federal, that's the point. That's the big one. We got medical. We got a lot of people that need it. We got rec for all the people that just needed a little bit. Then federal is going to push it for, I'm assuming it's going to like force employers to stop drug testing for THC, and hopefully they won't throw CBD under the bus because of federal. And then I was thinking to myself, why didn't I tell dude that it's recreational? And then I was thinking maybe he knew already. And then I was thinking to myself, that's what I was thinking when I was talking to him too. He knew. Like, oh, everybody knows that. Everybody that smokes knows that. But, again, that's what brought me to TASHA world. Like, I be in TASHA world so much, I be thinking everybody is in TASHA world. You know, no. Not even the people that's close to Tasha World are always in Tasha World. So it's like with that chick from that line that I was in, wait for my tickets for High Times. She didn't even know. She was at the High Times fucking cannabis cup line. She didn't even know that we were legal for rec. So why would you expect a dude that drives a bus, and another dude was talking about it the same day, he drives trucks. Him and another dude, they was talking about it. It was 3 dudes that one day that drive with CODs was telling me the same shit. And I was like, damn, what the fuck? I mean, it's good, but it's not good because a bitch can't drive when I'm too high. I don't even feel my body, so I'm not going to feel the road. It's not like we got hella potholes and shit where you ain't got no choice but to feel the road, right? We ain't live there, them type of places. So you just going to be floating. You float a lot here. When you're here, you just want to be able to pay attention. Somebody got to be touching the ground, damn it. Everybody can't be on the moon. Somebody got to stay on Earth and keep it safe for people to come down to. You know? Seriously. I mean, we could keep it safe, but it's some things that stoners need a lot more practice at, like driving while medicated. And I just think it's one of those things that we need a lot more study and a lot more practice. And then we can give the COD people their licenses after they practice driving high. That'd be good. That'd be good. We can get a driving course for COD people. COD license holders. I guess that's what they call it. CDs. What the? Yeah, I'm saying COD. We doing too much. CDs, those CD driver's license dudes. They can practice driving while high, or just not even be able to have THC, or just get like CBD, and maybe they can have THC. THC and CBD is hard to separate like 100%. So maybe they could just like let go of some of the law. Give them CBD with low THC percentages, like don't have over this much THC in your body, so that you can drive. You can drive. You just need to know how much you can take before you start losing control of your motor functions. That's what it is. Yep. And then everybody's different. So because they're having special licenses and they already gotta do special tests, why not make that just another test they gotta fucking do? If they choose to be a patient, we should, and then we're probably not gonna have rec anymore anyway, because it's not fucking a game. So if they choose to be a patient, they should have to go get their medical ID, medical card, and have an extra test so they can drive us stoners around. Okay? Okay. That's my opinion. If you're going to be a driver, you shouldn't be allowed to have X amount of THC in your system. I think that should be the rule. And you should take a driving test to see how much you can tolerate. But it'd be different for different days, too. So, that's still complicated. It's just complicated. Maybe they should just stay low. They should just have low THC all the time. And just get retested every 6 months. If they weight change, or just retested every 6 months so they can see what the difference is. I think it'll cost a lot of money, but the community could afford it. And if they want to drive that damn bad, I think they need to just go and get tested. Just get tested. Do some practice and shit. Be like, that's too much THC for you to drive with. You know, you need the lower dose than this motherfucker over here. Okay. And then that's going to eliminate them smoke sessions for people. Like, you can't have a smoke session if you made your limit. If you at your limit. You got to have auto THC tests and stuff so you can test yourself and be able to be like, oh, I got to stop. So when you get to the driving test again, you would have made a conscious decision to stop when you were supposed to. At least you have a chance. to pass the driver test, right? It'd be cool if they can do it like that. We can do it like that. We human. We superhuman because we got MJ. We can do it. I can't believe Herb has nothing to say today. They didn't post shit today. Are they super fucking high? Alright, let's do this one. Because this one's interesting. This is old. Like a couple days. Oh no. This isn't old. They just reposted a old one. Okay. Had me confused. CBD oil. Because CBD oil, and then repeat some topics. CBD oil, I think, will be the one for drivers. Yeah, they are repeating topics. They ran out of shit to talk about. Hell yeah. It's over. And flying with weed. We might be able to fly with weed very soon. Let's check out that article too. Well, it's very short. If there's no change in what they're doing, then we don't need to read that article. Okay. So they're just gonna tell us what it looks like. Turns orange on the scanner. Alright, well, because we're getting legal, we're breaking down motherfucking walls one at a time. And the one that we're working on now, besides going federal, is transportation. That's what we are so needing to fix. Like I was just saying, those people that want to drive us around and fly us around need to be able to do that. That's a really important thing to do. In any way you can be like, fucking that up, you probably shouldn't do that. So that's the big issue between now and federal legalization is transportation. How the fuck are we gonna get around if we can't motherfucking take our medicine? And this is not the 70s. Like, in the 70s, I really honestly believe that it wasn't as many people smoking. On top of the fact that they say that the weed is stronger now. And I believe that too. Because smoking that pre-98 bubble kush is just booty, fucking booty. And that's hard to say because OG Kush is so fucking good. And OG Kush been around forever, I believe. I don't know that, but I'm just saying. But OG Kush has been the shit since forever. And maybe they just growing it better and they just like fuck pre-98 bubble kush. But bubble kush now might be better. But pre-98 bubble kush, they keep that pre-98 bubble kush. It's gross. So yeah, like how the fuck we gonna get around? We gotta get that shit. We gotta get this shit situated. And if we can't even fly with our medicine, it's like, we gotta get this shit situated. I forgot what I was talking about, but I think that was what I was talking about. I be high as fuck. And I be having a whole lot of shit on my mind, so I be pushing shit through. And I don't be remembering what I'm talking about, because I be thinking about that shit at the same time. Trying not to, though. But I do. So that's what I'm gonna guess I'm gonna read that one too. Let's read it now, since we was already talking about it. And we'll go back to CBD oils. And maybe that'll be what they can use. The drivers. Maybe they can use CB oil. It says, what's the deal with cannabis in airports? The proliferation of states is in blue words. So you click on it and it's going to come up with something. I don't know what. In which medical and recreational cannabis is legal has led to questions regarding the legality of cannabis transportation. Yeah, that is important. That is important. Like, for some reason, this has come up so much. Well, because everybody needs transportation. That's why. So weed and transportation, like, you just can't get around that. You got to do that before you can even assign doctors to this shit. Because if you can't get to the doctor, you're getting pulled the fuck over and finna get with your medical card because of this law on your way to see your doctor to get a refill. That shit ain't cool. And it's like, some people are already, it's a lot. You know how you get around and shit and how this would hinder your, because look, if you do get legal, when you do get legal, if we don't have this transportation thing figured out, it will affect you too. Okay? So you need to get ready for that. Brace yourself for legality with no transportation. What you gonna do? What the fuck are you gonna do? Are you gonna be paranoid all the time? Are you gonna carpool? What the fuck you gonna do? Anyway. Is the substance legal to carry aboard an airplane? Oh, that's what I was saying. So we're breaking down walls one at a time. And this is a big wall right now. We need to break this wall down before we get to the next step. It's like step after step after step after step after step. And we've come a long fucking way, but we still got a long ways to go. And this is the next big obstacle. Transportation. Some of you guys might still be dealing with the medical obstacle. Some might be dealing with the recreational obstacle wall. But right now, the people that are ahead are dealing with the newest, the latest wall is transportation. So these are the things that you should expect to either come your way, or it might not. You might just end up being a part of that sweep when it's federal. I think that's what's going to happen. Instead of being state after state after state after state after state 24 more times, I think it's just going to be a big sweep. Maybe 5 more times. Who knows? But I think after that, they should just be like, fuck it. Whoosh. Legal, federal, everywhere. For medical. And then, by that time, we'll either know if we'll have the transportation situated or not. That's probably why it's going to take 5 fucking years, because this shit is messy. Oh, and I was saying too, in the 70s, I think we had less stoners, because I've been seeing in the movies right how they got like one of every kind of character in there. They always got like one stoner in there, or not, in movies and stuff. And now in movies, you see a whole bunch more stoner movies with a whole cast of stoners, right? And if there's a cast of stoners, there's probably directors and writers that are stoners, and people that don't even deal with the movies, just deal with the paperwork around it, or could be stoners. And then I used to thinking that's just one fucking movie. How many people smoke now? Grandmas, they be trying to get people that didn't smoke in the 70s to smoke now. So it's like, and people need it. It's like grandmas smoke now. I think a lot more people smoke now than they used to do. So it's like even more important that we get this situated, because so many people smoke now. All the stress that it caused to take away weed, now everybody needed that. Like, shit, at first it was cool. Like, people could have probably just been like, oh, I'm going to just go get me a little jar of cannabis oil from the shops, if they wouldn't have fucked this process up. We could have been bigger a long time ago. But that's okay. It's coming back with a vengeance. Fast vengeance. A lot of people need it now. It's like way more stoners in the world. But look, anyway, let me finish this. I might not even make it to the campus, but I might. Let me see. Is the substance illegal to carry aboard an airplane? Will airlines distinguish between medical cannabis and recreational? All of this bullshit. Just gotta filter through all of it. It'd be so much easier if they stop separating it, though. Just be like, this is weed. Here. Psh, deal with it. Now, oh, this is that group, and this is that group. This group is much more special than this group because this group needs it, and this group just wants it. No. Okay? Or are things even more complicated? Yeah. Medical cannabis. Can't touch this. Oh. When it comes to possessing cannabis while trying to board a plane, it largely comes down to the state in which you found yourself. Which we know. Airports are mostly controlled by local governments. Okay, didn't know that. I didn't know that. As such, if a medical cannabis patient lives in a state in which the substance has been decriminalized or legalized, they're more likely to be allowed to hold on to the substance. Okay? So if you live there, why are you getting on a plane and where are you going? This is not to say that the TSA is completely cool with traveling with medical cannabis, as the TSA notes on its website. Whether or not marijuana is considered legal under local law is not relevant to TSA screening because TSA is governed by federal law. Federal law provides no basis to treat medical marijuana any differently than non-medical marijuana. All is not lost, however. TSA agents are not police. Rather, it says, ding, if there is some sort of issue at an airport, the passenger and their luggage are detained and the police are called. So they're not just chilling, or they are. I don't know. Is this like trying to say, you got a loophole? Are they suggesting that this wall is slowly coming down? Or the veil is, since the veil has been removed, now we gotta move the walls. So fucking difficult. But, TSA agents are unlikely to call the police on a passenger traveling with medical cannabis in a state in which the substance is legal, since the police are unlikely to do much about it. Oh. So, I guess this is not a whole story, but this is what I'm picturing. I'm here in my state, at the airport with weed. How did I get caught? If I'm just at the airport, I could just be there to pick somebody up. I could just be there because I want to be in the airport being out. Because I heard that's where Airport Amy started. It's not a reason to be in the airport with weed now. How am I getting caught? Am I trying to leave with it? Where the fuck am I going? They didn't say that. So I was just picturing somebody standing there in the line. You gotta be going somewhere. Why is they checking your shit? Where the fuck are you going? So let's get to that. Where are you going with the weed? Are you going to California? Are you going to Washington? Because then on the jars it says you cannot transport this shit. I don't have my jar right now, but it says this is only legal in the state of Nevada on my jar, and they said you need those labels on them jars. So this shit is confusing. But here to sort it out. Some states in which the substance is legal, such as California, have explicitly stated that their air travel is legal while carrying the substance. I didn't know that. I need to read up more on California and what they doing We need to study that shit in Colorado and what they doing, because I think they might have more news than more up-to-date news. In other words, if you are flying with medical cannabis within a state in which medical cannabis is legal, you should be fine. Says Earth. Otherwise, make sure that medicinal cannabis is legal in both states. Otherwise, you'll likely run into problems. Recreational cannabis is next. This is good. This is good. This is good. So, this is good. The regulations regarding the use or possession of medical cannabis are largely similar to those governing recreational cannabis. If you are traveling in a state or between two states in which the substance is legal, there should not be much of an issue. Oregon's Portland International Airport, for example, has updated in blue words, so you can click on it and check out something, its regulations to explicitly make air travel with recreational cannabis legal. So as long as the passenger is not traveling on a flight outside of the state. Oh, there's my answer. Good to know. The Department of Transportation takes a less understanding point of view regarding cannabis use in its hiring practices. The DOT does not allow its employees to use recreational or medical cannabis even in states in which the substances have been legalized. Wow, I feel like I am repeating myself, but in a more professional way. Like, I had this planned, I wrote it down, I said this is what it sounded like, and that word is in the wrong spot. I'm going to edit it and everything. This is nice. I love Herb, I swear it is. A missive posted to the department's website. I don't know what a missive is, but it's in blue, and I'm going to find out what it is later. In 2012, explicitly states that state law is not a factor in their decision-making process. We firmly reiterate that a medical review officer will not verify a drug test negative based upon information that a physician recommended that an employee use medical marijuana when states have passed medical marijuana initiatives. What does weed look like in an airport scanner? Fuck hell yeah! How would the what? Tell me that. That's what I like to know. Not that I'm trying to break the law ever, because I don't fuck with the police or jail. I've been here enough times. I'm good. I don't need to go back. Had enough vacations there. Thank you. Since different materials absorb X-rays at different levels, the image on the monitor lets the machine operator see distinct items inside your bag. So if you got a dildo in there, ladies, stuff it with weed, maybe. The kind that open up when you gotta put the big batteries in. Oh, that's a good idea. Places that don't have X-ray machines, okay? Items are typically colored on the display monitor based on the range of energy that passes through the object to represent one of three main categories: organic, inorganic, and metal. While the colors used to signify inorganic and metal may vary between manufacturers, all X-ray systems use shades of orange to represent organic. Weed is organic, so it will be shown as being orange. Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus, that shit. Did not think this was going to take the whole session. but it did. It's important though. So it's like, man, this is difficult. We gotta like get this shit together because some places deliver medication, and that's like awesome because a lot of people, some people are in wheelchairs and they can't drive, and it's very good. And it's very convenient for people that like to just be at home. It's so convenient in like a lot of ways, you know. You can like have 7 kids and go up in the motherfucking weed store. Think you finna bring your kids, bitch? No, you know. You gotta have a babysitter for all 7 of them, cause how you can't bring one. So that's what's up. That's what's going on right now. And as far as Herb is letting us know, I'm gonna try to find out some Colorado news and some other legal state news and see what they're doing differently than what we're doing here. And then eventually maybe we'll all just merge to one federal law about it. I don't know. Might break it down. A couple of states that have certain rules about certain things because of experience. You know, got to do a lot of trial and errors and shit. Like, the state of California might be better at driving than the state of Maine with weed. They might have more accidents, you know. So, it's to be missed. But it's that time, though. And we got shit to do. So, let's do it. But, nonetheless, thank you all for baking up with me. Be safe out there behind the wheel. Have an incredible edible day. A high ass, dank ass day too. And have a high ass, dank ass, incredible edible day. I like that. Incredible edible day. Incredible edible. I gotta remember this shit so I can say it again tomorrow. Bitch. I love our stoner jokes. It's still gonna be fun. I swear, we're gonna make it fun no matter what. We just gonna be fun no matter what. But it's not gonna be a competition like some people love to make it. Cannot have weed competition. Sorry, all of you stoners that be like, oh, I can smoke more than you. I'll smoke you out. Blah 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 blah. You probably can. You might stress more than a bitch. Okay. Otherwise, I ain't trying to hear that shit. That was better. Hasta la vista.